Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite. Continuing Ryuki's route, sorta. We got the sweet and spicy end last time, and now I've loaded up our save file 1, and we are going to get our sweet end, and then we'll come back in and we'll get our spicy end, and then we still have 2 bonus episodes to do. So, this one we picked the lemon salt dressing. You're okay with lemon salt dressing, right? I also have onion puree. Lemon salt's great. Thanks for suggesting it. I wanted something lighter. I'm glad I bought it then. I had a feeling you'd like it. Sweet darling. Oh, nice. Having a casual interaction like this feels so good. Okay. And then we're skipping stuff. I don't know if this one has a skip. Oh, it does have a skip to next choice, doesn't it? Skipping to next choice. Yos. I'm like, it does, because I hit it all the time by accident. I'm like, does this have what? Ryuki looked down at his shoes, clearly embarrassed. This feels familiar. And we'll just, for now, we can just skip through the red stuff because it's not too much longer before we get to our ending, so. It's basically like this, so it's like, yeah, sweet darling, the only dress in the world. A few days had passed since the World Fashion Awards. We're back to preparing for our wedding, so we're probably not going to get the wedding then. The sweet and spicy end was having our wedding, and the sweet end is like, no, just romance before the wedding. Okay. Because it's not like it's the best end and then like, you know, how the good end, you're like, oh, you can take it as the good end is going to eventually lead to the best end. And then there's a bad end. Because I don't think the spicy end is a bad end. It's just, oh, hi. Spicy for a reason. You know what I mean? That day, Ryuki and I were out to choose our wedding rings. Well, we just couldn't find the right design, so we decided to head to a cafe. We sipped on our coffees and let out a sigh. Phew, I never thought finding a ring would be this hard. Yeah, sorry I couldn't find the right one for us. Don't worry about it. It's something we'll wear for the rest of our lives. It has to be perfect. Exactly. And nothing we saw felt quite right. Even a small flaw bothers me. I nodded, understanding his sentiment. The rings would be with us forever, and I didn't want to compromise. We had to find the perfect ones. At this rate, maybe I should just make them. We still have time until the wedding. Make them? His words jogged my memory, making me think of the time he gave me an engagement ring on Christmas. The ring I wore was specially designed and ordered by Ryuki. So you could design and order, like, that's actually be kind of, for a designer, like, I'm surprised that you even were looking for rings and that wasn't what he was going to do. I think that would be better. Really? Absolutely. I genuinely love this ring. I displayed the wedding ring he once gave me on my finger. That's the engagement ring, though. We keep calling it a wedding ring, but I didn't used to wear it every day, but since the incident with Ray, I always wore it. It had a simple design, making it ideal for everyday wear. To add, I'm sure Ryuki and I will be wearing the wedding rings every day. It made me curious to see what design Ryuki would come up with this time, and she actually is wearing, looks like a ring, like, but that actually looks, yeah, no, that's on her, because that's her, that would be her left hand, and then her ring finger right there. You can barely see it, but you can kind of tell. So that's kind of cute. Nice detail. If you're on board, I'll draft some designs. Thank you. I can't wait to see them. It is thundering like a motherfucker out there, Jesus. Like things are shaking and rattling. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I just moved my hand. I know, you were preening yourself on my knee, and I moved my hand out of the corner of your eye and scared the crap out of you. What? Don't look at the roof like that. Don't look at the roof like that like you think you hear water or something. Don't look at that. Don't look up there. Don't look up there. You the roofie leak. Don't look at the roof. Don't look at it. Don't do it. Anyway. I got it. Satisfied, Ryuki sipped his coffee. Designed by Ryuki. We tried to find some amidst our busy schedules to design the kimono and visit beauty salons in preparation for the wedding. But something nagged at me. It was about the dress he designed for me long ago. Ow! He just came down and just started attacking my pinky. Ooh. I really love that dress. Ooh. While it was important to respect Ryuki's wishes, I felt it was a shame not to wear that dress. I'd love for our guests to see me in it. It was hard to suppress that feeling. Come to think of it, my client Bob said he wanted a tux from Keisai-in for his wedding. Miss Norie's Keisai-in and Ryuki's Ryuki brands are distinct. It felt like just yesterday when Bob annoyed Ryuki by confusing the two brands. Reflecting on it, that incident brought Ryuki and me closer. In a way, Bob and his wife played Cupid for us. What are you laughing about? Oh, it's nothing. I was remembering things from when we first met. I see. I think back to before we started dating sometimes too. And I miss it. No, I'm just kidding. Really? Yeah, you were always scolding me. Did I do that? Did I do that? You asked if I was serious about marriage. You asked everyone, really. I remembered being frustrated with how the Parasite 5 weren't proactive in their quest for love. That sure brings back memories. Yeah, maybe we should invite them. Good idea. Oh, but, there's someone I'm not so sure about inviting. You mean Gil? I heard he's enrolled with Cupid Corps again, right? You knew? Raoul mentioned it, but he said you both lost contact with him after Gil went on some trip. Apparently he went to a cave down in Crunch Canyon to uncover some mystery and write about it. I like the fact that we're always talking about Crunch Canyon, and then now there's some mystery in a cave, and it's like Maronice's mystery in the cave. Like, I feel like it ties back. That's kind of cute. Of course, I think Raoul might have influenced him. I see. Part of me felt relieved, but another part felt sympathy for him. I hoped he would find companionship on his journey and wished him the best as the former Cupid. That aside, what do you think of this ring design? Ryuki had been sketching, and he showed me several ring drafts. Wow, they're all stunning. If any of these catch your attention. It's literally what he said. If any of these catch your attention. Wow. Were you trying to decide between if you like any of these or if any of these catch your attention? And Tim and Ronald were arguing, so they decided to make it if any of these catch your attention, I'll refine them. Okay, sure. And do any of them stand out? Yeah, just your phrasing. Because that's not a sentence. I think you're having a stroke. It's hard to choose, but what kind of colors did you have planned for this one here? I'm thinking of a rich gold and platinum mix in a 7:3 ratio, with an ivy motif symbolizing eternal love. It should complement any outfit. That sounds wonderful! How about this one? I'm considering a small black diamond as an accent and pairing it with a dark brown base for an elegant, chic vibe. I like the sound of this one. I'm not a huge fan of gold, so the gold I see. I mean, I have a pair of gold earrings. Like gold hoops. You know what I mean? That, were given to me as a gift, and it was like, well, I mean, if you never need gold hoop. Sure, they're not big, and they're not, super tiny. They're, a small-ish, you know? Not really my thing. I usually wear very huge statement earrings, you know. Hi. Have we met? I wear top hats to work. Of course I wear statement jewelry. Jesus. I look like a fucking circus. But, if I'm wearing anything that's it's usually antique brass kind of colored. It's a very, you know what I mean? It's not gold. I just don't like gold. I know people like gold and gold looks so glitzy and regal. Gold to me looks cheap. I don't know what it is. There are times where gold can be done right, but most of the time, gold and I don't like it. I just don't like the look of it. It's just not for me. You know what I mean? And how everybody wants gold accents on their kitchens and stuff. I'm like, God, no. I don't want gold accents in my kitchen. I don't know. I've just never been a gold person. I've had fancier gold jewelry because everybody, especially when you were younger, is like, oh, this is nice and expensive. It's gold. And you're like, if it's going to be, could you get me white gold that looks silver? I would rather have silver. I just don't like gold. Like, I just never have. So I don't like, and like sometimes when you have like jewelry and it's like gold and silver mixed together, it can look fine. You know what I mean? But just the thought of it, I'm like, no, it doesn't appeal to me. Doesn't appeal to me. The other one appeals more. I see. His detailed explanation showed how much thought he put into each design. I'm so happy. It's tough, but I think I'll go with this one. Ah, that one. I was actually thinking that would be good too. Okay, I'll show you an updated draft once I polish the design. So you mind sharing your opinion again later? Absolutely. How cute. I like that we're going to make our rings together. And so the preparations continued. Still, I couldn't seem to focus as I heard there was typically no ring exchange in Japanese-style weddings. I was so eager to show everybody our unique wedding rings and the dress Ryuki designed. I found comfort at the beach after arranging for the rings to be made. I just needed some time alone by the sea. Itsukumi Shrine? Oh, okay. Was it? I don't know why that didn't sound familiar. Itsukumi Shrine, our wedding venue, boasted breathtaking views like this too. However, low tides were forecasted for our wedding day, so the sands would be exposed. I wanted to hold the wedding at high tide, but another concern weighed on my mind. Should we really have a Japanese wedding? I do want a Japanese-style ceremony, but our lineage traces back to Greek gods. Perhaps a conventional wedding would be more appropriate. Yeah, that's why you discuss these things, and we already said that, like, you always wanted... Especially, here's the thing. Yes, I get it. You're thinking about my lineage and stuff, but if she was never planning a wedding, and you always dreamed of a certain type of wedding, why wouldn't... Like, doesn't matter who you are. If person A has never cared about their wedding or never dreamed about it, never had this thought in their mind and was always like, oh, I mean, yeah, if people ask me, I maybe thought of it, but it never, occurred to me. And person B is like, I always planned this was going to be my wedding. Why wouldn't you go with person B's plans? Yeah, you maybe incorporate some ideas from person A. It's not all person B, but like person B has been dreaming about their wedding their whole fucking life. Why would you be like, yeah, what you want? None of that. You know? If the two of you have always been dreaming and your weddings are completely different, then it's going to be a problem. But like, in this situation, we don't care. We were Cupid. We never thought we'd get married. He's been planning his wedding since he was a child. We should just go with what you want, because it doesn't matter to me, really, So, anyway, the more I contemplated, the more I worried about if we should be having a Greek-style wedding or hosting it at a Greek shrine. I wonder if she's okay with always following my lead. I ambled along the shoreline, lost in thought. And they say weddings are primarily about the bride, yet you're more of a bride than we are, dear. Huh? A notification? Itsukumi Shrine. Dear Ryuki FK Sain, I hope this message finds you well. I'm writing to you with an urgent update about your upcoming reservation. Construction at Main Shrine. Location, Itsukumi Shrine, Main Shrine. Duration expected to last 1 year starting from January 1st. I would like to discuss the details over the phone. Is there a convenient time for you, Mr. Keisain? We deeply apologize for any inconveniences may cause and appreciate your understanding. I mean, you can't help it that all of a sudden they need to do major renovations or something to keep the shrine from falling down type of a thing. So, but it's kind of inconvenient. You're like, what the fuck? Expecting it to be work, I checked my phone and saw Itsukumi Shrine as the subject. I opened the email and was taken aback. They said they had to undergo emergency renovations. They're closing for an entire year? Yeah, an underwater volcanic eruption damaged the shrine's main pillar. Well, yeah, and so you want to replace that, and I can understand. So they reached out to let us know they need to cancel our wedding reservation. I see. Should we delay the wedding? I thought about that, but they said the earliest they'll be finished is in a year, so I honestly don't know what to do. A year? Ryuki was keen on getting married as soon as possible, and this news must have hit him hard. I was just as disappointed. So are we going to have a second wedding in this? Where we have a different version of the wedding? Where we wear our other wedding dress? Because, like, I'm not opposed to having, like, the 3 endings. We have 3 different weddings. All right. Okay. I'm not gonna complain. So I was thinking about something you said before. Something I said? Yeah, let me ask you instead. What kind of wedding do you want? Me? Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts. I want a wedding ceremony that matches the dress you made for me, Ryuki. Well, I did want you to wear the Junahitoe kimono. It made me happy to hear you appreciate the dress I designed. Well, yeah, I want to show everyone how lovely it is. You can always eventually do like a vow renewal after like 5 years or your first year anniversary at the shrine. Well, I wouldn't say maybe the first year, maybe the second year or something, like at the little shrine. You know what I mean? Like once it's reopened type of a thing. We got money. And then let's hold our ceremony with you in that dress. I'm eager to see you truly showcasing its elegance. Ryuki lit up with a smile. Which means... Yeah, let's celebrate our wedding with you in that dress, right here in Los York. Really? Los York? Not in Japan? My sister and grandmother are in Los York now, and my father's relatives are here too. I see. Your father lives in Los York too. Yeah. As for my mother, she's always traveling. I don't think she'll mind where we have it. I'd like to invite my team from Ryuki too, so let's do it in Los York. I just like the fact that they show two different versions, two different outcomes. We probably changed our plans to have the wedding in Los York. We were able to book a date at Diamor Paradis since they'd only recently opened. That meant we could have our wedding sooner than we thought. Finally, the day came for me to take the Keisain name. And then 2 months later, I'm just kidding. The ocean breeze lightly lifted my wedding veil. It was a beautiful day on the peninsula of Diamor Paradis. The perfect spot to say our vows. It's cute. I think don't get me, it's kind of cute because it's floating. How are we getting out there without me having to tromp through the water? You know what, logistics, let's not answer that question. It's pretty. I still think the shrine was prettier, but like, whatevs. We kept our vows short since we had guests focusing on exchanging our rings. Spacey, I love you. And also, I'm sorry, but at least when we got married in Japan at the pretty shrine, you at least wore a different outfit instead of your typical formal wear one. You could have at least given him a wedding tuxedo instead of the same fucking outfit he wore to the goddamn fashion awards. What the shit? Ryuki smiled, slipping the special ring he made onto my finger. And I love you. I slid the ring onto his finger, then we kissed to the cheering of our guests. Could you imagine, like, dearly beloved, we're gathered here to join this union. Spacey, I love you. I love you too. The end. Best wedding ever. The reception's the best part. The wedding, you're like, 3 hours later, especially if you go to a Catholic wedding, sit, stand, kneel. Sit, stand, kneel. Oh, dear God. You're like, do I have to do this? I'm not Catholic. I feel like a poser. I think I'm going to burst into flames walking into a church. Congratulations, Ryuki, Spacey. Congratulations, the two of you. Congrats. Congratulations. Congratulations, both of you. Congrats. Congratulations from the bottom of my heart. As he said. Aw, Peter. Sure, Jupiter. Peter. Really? Congratulations. Congratulations to the two of you! Okay, do we really have to go through every single person that we've ever fucking met in our life saying it? Like, thank you, everyone. Thank you! Hearing everyone's blessings made us smile. I hadn't realized weddings could be so joyful. In the spirit of sharing the joy, I decided to toss the bouquet. Here I go! But just as I was about to throw it, 3 flamboyant characters showed up. Let me guess. Yep. I was like, it's going to be Mars, Venus, and what's-her-face. Here. Oh, that bouquet's mine! Mars, grab it! I want the bouquet so I can be with you forever! Understood, Venus. Huh. You're not getting the bouquet, Minerva. Gosh, hey, Mars! Get your muscle out of here! What do you mean? These are pure, alluring muscles! Exactly. Only Mars has such amazing muscles. Cupid! I'm counting on you as the Cupid of love, you hear? And please do something about her. For some reason, I didn't want any of those 3 getting the bouquet. They're gods, so they could have anything they wanted. Melanie, here! Huh? Huh? Instead of tossing the bouquet, I gave it directly to Melanie. In other words, this really wasn't a bouquet toss. That's not fair! Lady Minerva, please handle it yourself. I want Melanie to be happy, too. Owen proposed to me that day, and it's all thanks to you, too. Thank you very much for making such a great soup for him. Really, thank you so much. And no need to thank us. You both did well. He's right. Congratulations, Melanie. Not Owen, just Melanie. And you too, Owen, okay. All the best to both of you. Where's our CG? Come on. Well, thank you. Oh, I owe a lot to you two. No, we'll definitely be happy together. Don't you try to pull out my headset cord. Just being a brat. Owen and Melanie held the bouquet together, beaming with joy. I had a feeling that bouquet would play a role in bringing them even closer. Then the drone we'd ordered showered the area with flowers. Cool. Wow, it's so beautiful. Yeah, it really is. Ryuki stared up, a smile spreading across his face. I'm trying to get you to come here because I don't want you just sitting there. I'm trying to put my leg back down and I don't want you chewing on my fucking headset cord. The sky was vast and clear. CG time? Seriously? After our ceremony and reception, we headed to our hotel room in Diamor Paradis. Okay, I thought we were going to get a CG of us in our pretty wedding dress, but I guess not. Oh, look at our little room. It's cute. Wow, this room is so lovely. Yeah. Oh, are we going to get a saucy CG? Because, okay, I thought we would get a cute little wedding one, but all right. The room was perfect for newlyweds like us. It was very fitting as part of Diamor Paradis' wedding plan. I began checking out the room's features for professional inspiration when Ryuki took my hand from behind. Could I see you in that dress one more time? It's beautiful, isn't it? How many times have you said that now? But really, let me see. Oh, but I was wearing it the whole day, so won't it be ruffled? He's like, oh, I'm going to ruffle it. I can fix that for you. Ryuki reached around my waist and lifted me into his arms. Oh, is this? Okay, here we go. Oh! This is saucy. We get to see the cute dress, sorta, but it's a little too busy with Ryuki, like, good lord, sir. Okay, all right. It's a little more saucy. This is a little more spicy than sweet, so I don't know what the spicy end's gonna bring. Before I knew it, he placed me onto the bed. I couldn't move while his arms held me tightly. Out of nowhere, he kissed me, making me gasp. I'm not moaning. His tongue slipped between my lips. I flushed, knowing this kiss would be sweet beyond belief. I was definitely not prepared for this. I thought he'd just compliment how I look in the dress. Ryuki, I should freshen up first. Not yet. I want to see you in it longer. Are you just gonna... The sound is all glitchy. I'm like... Huh. No, I don't know what it is. The sound is really glitchy on my capture card. It's like crackling. Hopefully my voice sounds okay, and it's just the capture card getting the sound to my recording software. I didn't notice that in the last part, but I just cranked. I was like, oh my god, it's like... It just sounds really bad. Thankfully, it's very low, and hopefully you can't hear it. So anyway. You look different when you're wearing a dress I made for you. Really? Yeah. You look so happy and radiant in it. Ryuki's gaze on my dress was tender and appreciative. He said he'd help adjust my dress, but he wasn't doing that at all. He wasn't even giving me the opportunity to change out of it. Slowly, our kiss deepened. He bit me gently, and our breaths intermingled. The fact that he likes biting, though, I'm into that. There was no turning back from this kiss. Oh, hell yeah, that dress is going to get even more wrinkled. Ryuki... Spacey. His eyes were full of emotion, and his hands felt like fire on my body. Sorry, I don't want to fix it. Can I take it off? Don't ask. I blushed. He chuckled, and his breath tickled my cheeks. All right, I won't. His voice was playful as he reached toward the hook on my dress. He made this dress, so he knew very well how to take it off. I gotta appreciate that line. I waited to marry you for so long. I've been holding back for a long time. So let me be a little selfish today. My hair came loose as we kissed, and his hand that helped adorn me removed what covered my body. His hand that helped adorn me remove... Okay. Spacey, you're so beautiful. His touch was even more gentle than the fabric of the dress. Despite not meeting any of the standards set by the Casein family's 10 articles, he still gave me his sweet kisses as if he was the happiest person in the world now. I love you. He whispered words of love that he would otherwise never say as he dove deeper into me. Damn! Really? This is the sweet ending? He kissed my lips, my ears, my neck. The sheer sweetness of his kisses melted me away. Are we sure about this? Our first night spent after the wedding flowed by ever so slowly and ever so sweetly. Yeah, the music is really janky. Sweet end. Oh. All right, hold on. I'm gonna come back in just a hot second and we'll load up the other, okay, I have no idea why the music was so janky. I just stopped the recording and I just kind of checked. I'm like, I can't tell. It sounded janky to me, so it must have just been in my headset. It sounds fine now. And it kind of sounded at least okay at the end of the last part, because I was like, shit, did the last part, sound janky? Because we put the music on a little bit at the end. But anyway, it seems okay. It's also very quiet, but if you listen, you would be able to hear it. Anyway. So we'll get our spicy end now. But how long these endings are taking, I'm starting to think we might have to do the bonus episodes in another part. So maybe we'll just do that for everybody else. We'll get the happy end or the sweet and spicy end. Then we'll do the sweet end and the spicy end. And then we'll just do the bonus things as a separate, third part to end. You know what I mean? Whatever. Anyway. But I'm a little happy now. After all, you were jealous for me, Ryuki. Excuse me? I was so stressed that I got a pimple. To add, even if Ray isn't interested in you now, he might fall for you one day since he has tastes similar to mine. Spicy, darling. I can't wait to see the spicy end if the sweet end was well, Jesus. So, and that's why I want to marry you as soon as possible. Okay. His seriousness caught me completely off guard. Ryuki can be so unfair mentioning something as important as marriage so casually. The World Fashion Awards are over, so let's get back to preparing. We can be wed as soon as possible. Sure thing. I'll contact my parents to see when I can introduce you to them, Ryuki. And then here they show up. Okay, so we're just going to let this skip because it's only going to be a few minutes. I can't even Ow! Bad bird! Spicy, darling. One is not enough. Are we going to have to... Is this where we get 2 weddings? All right, hold on. I'm going to get you a break, because you know what? You might need to be in the punishment corner. You might need to go downstairs. You're just being a bad boy. You're just being a very, very bad bird. Do you have to go poopies? That's why I came over here, because I don't trust you right now. It's been 30 minutes. Do you got to go poopies? Don't make me stand here. You're wasting our time. Nobody wants to hear this. I'm going to leave you. If you come back and you come poopy and you poopies on me, you got at least another 20 minutes, sir. If not 30, we don't know. Do you have to go potties? You are being such a pain in the ass right now. A few days had passed since the World Fashion Award. Was this the same? No, okay, it's different. But anyway. Yes, I still like Ryuki. Your designs bring out the best... Wait, the best in me. Okay, I'm ready to work as your model. In the end, Ryuki decided to have Ray become his brand's model. Are you gonna go poopies or what? Go poopies or I'm throwing you downstairs. I don't fucking trust you. Well, Caesar, seriously? Good boy. That's all you had to do. I shouldn't have to tell you go poopies or I'm gonna throw you downstairs. And then he's like, well, shit, I better go. Yeah, dumbass. And it wasn't because I was watching you, because half the time if I try to look away, you're like, are you looking? Are you watching me? I don't actually enjoy watching you poopies. I just have to make sure you do, because if you don't if you don't make your poop squeaks, I don't know that you pooped. You're a big fat brat tonight. Anyway. Of course they're good. I designed them. But remember that you're here to bring out the best in my clothes, not the other way around. Ryuki chided Ray as he told him which clothes he would be wearing. I think Ryuki decided to bring Ray back because he said he liked Ryuki and that he wasn't in love with me. It's like, well, it's kind of nice. Oh my god, is the spicy end gonna be a three-way? Oh, dear God. Listen, I'm just saying, I already know what's headed for me in Jupiter with the anthropomorphic animal. Listen, I can imagine. I can make assumptions based on that warning. So now I'm just thinking that they're like, all bets are off. We'll do anything we want in the spicy ends. Because I can't imagine that would be, oh dear God. All right. Okay. All right. Well, this end is going to tell you the setup for what the fuck is happening in the rest of them and how weird it's going to get. Oh dear God. Are we going to have some weird fucking sex scene with Gil and Bumblepig, who was possessed by Alan, by the way? Remember? Like, I'm concerned. Anyway. They were bickering back then, but now they seem to be getting along. Even if only a little. They're sort of similar in many ways. They're both talented and dedicated their lives to beauty. To me, it seemed like they would clash if they had different opinions, but they'd get along as long as they held similar values. Like both wanted... Oh, dear God. Sure, whatever. Just let my manager know once you get the date set. You better make sure your face is in perfect shape for the shoot. Do you realize who you're talking to? Of course I'll be perfect. It's like I'm watching a movie about fashion right now. It's like they both have the same voice, but like it's because they both have attitude. Ray gracefully left as Ryuki prepared the schedule for the shoot. It was pretty fun to see two talents go at each other. That is concerning. Phrasing. Okay, phrasing. That's concerning. It's fun to see two talents go at each other. It's the spicy end, so... Am I setting myself, something's gonna happen, I'm gonna be like, this wasn't as spicy as I thought it was gonna be. But right now, because spicy to me, and then you're watching two talents go at each other is, like, are we gonna watch our future husband have sex with a male model? Is it gonna be a three-way? Is it gonna, listen. Are you gonna be disappointed when that doesn't happen? Because I might be. I'm glad he's going to be your model. Of course he is, considering the designs I made. Still, he really isn't honest, is he? He knows that the designs I make are what he's looking for. You can tell? Of course I can. After all, Ray's tastes are similar to mine. I'm not going to let him say that Ryuki's lineup last season was better anymore. Ryuki smiled defiantly and continued to set up the plans for the shoot. They have similar tastes, huh? I should have been happy to know that Ryuki made a new friend, but something about what he said bothered me. I quickly found out why when I happened to be with Ray. Because what was the title of this one? Like, Not the Only One or Not Only One or something like that, where it was like, oh, we're going to get two weddings. I didn't know it meant two boyfriends. It's the spicy end. We're banging them both, aren't we? This is so what's happening. I've fallen in love with you. Huh? With work done for the day, I was about to get on the subway when I ran into Ray. That's when he told me he was in love with me. Oh my god. Oh my god, am I getting a throuple finally? Sorta? It's not exactly what I envisioned or really asked. Well, I mean, it is what I asked for, but not exactly. It's not the one I wanted, but I'll take it. You mean you love my body frame, right? No, I mean romantically. I'm in love with who you are. Why? I hadn't done anything or spent any extra time with him that would cause him to develop feelings. I asked Ray to clarify, thinking I might have misunderstood him, but he simply smiled confidently. I guess it's because my tastes are similar to Ryuki's. What? I was interested in your body frame at first, but slowly I wanted you to smile at me like when you're speaking with Ryuki. Before long, I began to be interested in you, and not just for your body. That's my reason, but is that enough? But I'm engaged to Ryuki, and we're gonna get married soon. I know. But we can go steady, the three of us together. And not like you and me are going to be paired without him at every shoot, you know. to skip through. I just want to do the spicy ends. Because I was like, I don't know if I can, like, if the sweet ends are so, you're like, I don't know if I can handle what's in the spicy end. But this is the spicy end for this is literally, we're going to end up in a throuple. Okay. I mean, I've asked for this for how long? I've asked for my man harem, and this is the best we're going to get. Have we gotten, like, real, I mean, I know that I sometimes like to be like, this is our throuple ending. And I like to say that, but it's never really that way. I just like to infer and pretend. But have we ever really gotten, like, a three-way ending like this? I don't know, but, you know, bravo, game. I'm proud of you. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Cool. Cool. Going to be paired without him. Oh my god. Work and having a relationship are two different things. You did hear me say that I'm getting married, right? Girl, shut up and let this happen. It's gonna happen, don't worry. I'm good with us three being together. Think of me as a crime. Okay, then I'll be your paramour. What do you say? What do you mean, okay? Of course not. Ryuki would be totally up in arms. We won't know if we don't ask. You're going to ruin your friendship with him if you do. Really? For some reason, Ray looked puzzled, tilting his head slightly. I couldn't read his thoughts at that moment. Oh, I can't wait for this. Even after suggesting such unconventional ideas, his expression remained unchanged. But something about his eyes felt different. As the former Cupid, I recognized the look of love in them. I might not agree with Ray's logic, but it was evident he genuinely felt something. If so, I had to be firm in my response. Gathering my courage, I stared back at him. In any case, I'm in love with Ryuki, and I'm not interested in a three-person relationship. Shh! Oh, but you'll... I was gonna infer something about Jupiter's route, but... Peter's route, whatever. We know. Jupiter, Peter, same difference. Jupiter. Okay. Okay. Based on the warning in Otome Kitten's review, I can infer some shit. You're not okay with a three-way relationship, but you're okay with that? Girl. Ew. Ew. I'm truly sorry, Ray, but I must decline. Now please excuse me. She's gonna change her tune. Don't worry, I got this. After firmly and politely refusing, so that he wouldn't misunderstand me, I quickly walked away and boarded the subway. I can't wait till we have this conversation where Yuki's like, yeah. Who knew our future husband was bisexual? That was unexpected. No, not really. My heart began to race afterwards. It was an encounter I hadn't anticipated. I kind of started when we started the spicy route and yeah. But he did agree to model for Ryuki. I shouldn't mention this to Ryuki. I remember how Ray was previously let go from the brand. Ryuki would likely react similarly if he learned about Ray's confession. Yeah, but now he's friends with Ray and he might be kind of attracted to Ray. Okay. It would potentially ruin the advertisement campaign for next season's Ryuki collection. It should be okay. I'll just avoid Ray and keep rejecting any of his advances. Once Ray witnessed the love Ryuki and I shared after our wedding, he'd surely move on. Besides, he could be misunderstanding his own feelings. He could be infatuated with my body type and confuse that attraction with love for me as a person. If that was the case, I needed to set things straight, especially given my experience as Cupid. This might be the best fucking ending of I liked the sweet and spicy, like, okay, we got married and it was beautiful. But I think I like this one best because this is shenanigans and crazy, and I like this. Hopefully Ray will find someone else. Everything will be okay. Right? I hope so. Despite my attempts to reassure myself, a nagging anxiety lingered that you're going to be in a three-way relationship. I'm going to need you to get the fuck over it and embrace it. A few days later, well, I'll be going. All right, take care. Off to the beauty salon for the wedding preparations. I am. After all, it's a once-in-a-lifetime event. Yeah, for sure. Have a nice ceremony and don't forget to share photos. I'm eager to see them. Eager to see, huh? Walking to the salon, I contemplated the guest list. I'd have loved to invite colleagues and friends if the wedding were in Los York, but it was going to be in Japan. Okay. So only Ryuki's family and my immediate family would attend. It would be great if Melanie and Owen could come. But Japan is quite far. It seemed best to limit the guest list. My train of thought was interrupted by a notification from my phone. It was a message from Ryuki. Oh, I can't wait. What's this? Reading the message, I was taken aback. Fell asleep wearing a face mask. It's bad for your skin if you don't take it off with the instructed time. Also, Itsukumi's shrine is under construction, so we can't use it anymore. Ah, it's still 123. It's always 12:34 here at 8 p.m. It said that the Itsukumi shrine was undergoing renovations, so we couldn't host our wedding there. Okay, so same thing as in the sweet end. All right. So an underwater volcano exploded and damaged the shrine's pillar? What are we going to do about the wedding? Oh, well, it looks like their wedding reservations are all being canceled. We probably can't have it there anytime soon. I see. Should we postpone our wedding? I was thinking about that, but it's going to take a year for them to finish construction. How about we hold it in Lost York? In Lost York? I was just thinking about it, so I was actually okay with that. I wanted to marry Ryuki as soon as possible, especially since Ray kept coming to see me. It's not going to stop him. Ryuki and Ray had been getting along both inside and outside of work. I didn't want to ruin their friendship, so it would be best for me to become a Keisain to show that I was committed to him. Yeah, I want to get married as soon as possible, too, so let's have our wedding in Lost York. Oh, one more small detail. Can I add something to the wedding? Yeah, okay, we're going to marry Ray as well. What? Huh. As soon as possible. Of course. I spent a lot of time thinking about being married to you. I see. Let's find a place for our wedding as soon as possible, then. So, we scoured Lost York for the perfect wedding venue. Eventually, we found a venue through Cupid Court thanks to a cancellation at one of the sites they managed. Even though the wedding was next month, I already had my dress. Everything was coming together, and soon it was the day before our wedding. I cannot wait for our wedding night to be with Ray. This is going to be amazing. Tomorrow, I sat on Ryuki's porch, gazing up at the night sky. Time had flown since we decided on a Lost York wedding. Everything's ready. My family and colleagues are coming. It's all working out. All that remained was the wedding tomorrow, but as I thought of heading in, the window behind me opened. Oh, we should sleep soon. Tomorrow's a big day. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Why is Ray in the bedroom? Come on! You set it up, game! You can't take it away now! Then I felt something cold on my cheek as I walked in. What's this? A face mask. You haven't done your skincare, have you? Thank you, Ryuki. I put on the face mask Ryuki handed me to moisturize my skin. Both of us wanted to look our best for our wedding day. Earlier, I'd visited a beauty salon, had a makeover, and even got my nails done. I double-checked my dress and accessories, too. Why would you get a makeover? I mean, unless it's like grooming, like on my eyebrows and everything, because it's like there's no point in getting your makeup done and then you're going to go home and go to bed. Ryuki, are you sure you're not going to have a bachelor party? I glanced over to see him taking off his face mask. Yeah, his bachelor party's going to be him having sex with Ray. A bachelor party? Yeah, like the videos on YouTube. A last day as a single man kind of party. Well, he doesn't... It's going to be a throuple. Guys have bachelor parties, and we ladies have bachelorette parties. Claris invited me to one, but I declined in order to do my skincare and came to Ryuki's place instead. Curious, I asked if Ryuki minded missing out, but he just shrugged. No, not really. I don't have any friends to invite anyway. Except maybe Ray? I bet he'd be fun. He's hinting. I heard jumped at hearing Ray's name. Ryuki, who usually didn't have many friends, really considered him one. He didn't bring up Raoul or Owen's names. Instead, he thought of Ray. So they really are friends now. I couldn't bring myself to tell him that Ray had confessed his feelings for me. What's wrong? Ryuki looked at me, noticing my silence. I hugged him tightly, hoping to hide my thoughts. Hey, what's up? I'm just nervous about our wedding tomorrow. Oh, I get it. I'm a bit nervous too, but I'm more excited than nervous. I can't wait to call you my wife. Ryuki pulled back slightly, then gently kissed me. He broke the kiss and stepped back. Let's call it a night. We need our rest. Yeah. I knew lack of sleep wasn't good for the skin, yet I pulled at Ryuki's clothes, wanting more time with him. You realize it's our last night before the wedding, right? He might have thought I was suggesting a party since I'd asked about a bachelor party. Or maybe he thought I wanted one last wild night as a single woman. So tempting him now was okay, right? I just want to spend more time with you tonight, Ryuki. I sensed Ryuki's hesitation as I sat on his lap, his eyes slowly coming ablaze. You understand what you're suggesting, don't you? That's why I'm suggesting it, dumbass. It's just our last few hours of being single, right? You're playing with fire. So let's invite Ryan. Oh, this is the CG? This is disappointing. Like, because this unlocks a CG. This is the CG. Yeah, I mean, okay, but it's disappointing is all I'm saying. You set me up with Ray confessing the feelings and offering to be a throuple and being like, okay, and then this is it? We're just gonna get married and like, oh, we're gonna like, really? 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 You were going so well and I was having so much fun and now I just feel disappointed. And even if we end up in like a throuple or something, it's like, that could have been the CG. That would have been so much better than this. This is... I mean, it'd be a fine CG if I wasn't disappointed with just where it went. You know what I mean? Anyway. Passion ignited between us and we kissed fervently. He slid my clothes off eagerly and our fingers intertwined. Even now, Ryuki blushed. He once mentioned being used to seeing people undressed for measurements, so seeing him blush boosted my confidence. Why the smile? I'm just happy. I was going to marry Ryuki tomorrow, and this was our last night together as singles. Well, you haven't been single since you started dating, but whatever. I get what you mean. So it filled me with joy to experience his pure love firsthand. And don't tempt me like this. I might forget about tomorrow. My advances clearly flipped a switch, and he kissed me urgently, trying to satiate himself. His kisses grew more desperate, as if trying to quench a deep thirst. My head started spinning as I lost my breath, and I gently pushed him back. Slow down, Ryuki. I can't hold back. His gentleness from before gave way to pure hunger as his hands explored every inch of my body. Yet his kisses on my neck remained light, like he was determined not to leave a mark. He knew I wouldn't be able to wear my wedding dress if he did. Spacey, I love you. I love you too. Since I came inside from the porch, the door was still open. A cool, gentle breeze brushed against my skin. It didn't matter to me. Things were escalating, and I knew I'd heat up. But just then, footsteps echoed outside. Okay, wait. Huh? Are we gonna do this? You ruined it with the CG, though! Both of us froze, our eyes turning to the porch. We were both stunned at who we saw. Ray? I didn't know how long he'd been there, but Ray seemed to have appeared out of nowhere. My apologies. I didn't mean to intrude. Carry on. What? Carry on? Ryuki, we need to get dressed. I tried to pull away, but Ryuki held me close. It was as if he was shielding me from Ray's gaze as he glared at him. Why are you here? I thought we'd have a bachelor party. I rang the bell, but you didn't answer, Ryuki. I came inside since the gate was open, but I never expected a view like this from your garden. Clearly our activities had muffled the doorbell's sound. The bachelor party is... I'm the cake? Is that... Okay. That doesn't give you the right to enter. Sorry, I planned to leave after making sure you were okay. But then I heard her voice. I was curious to see a side of her I've never witnessed. He stared at me with affection and love as I sat on Ryuki's lap. What? Ray, don't tell me. You're not in love with Spacey, are you? What do you think, Ryuki? Ryuki embraced me more tightly, feeling the tension on my body. I need you to leave. I already told you that I don't want you to see her. I remember you saying that, but you're approaching it all wrong, Ryuki. If you don't want other guys getting close to her, you should show off your relationship more. Are you proposing that you watch? That's not exactly where I was hoping this would go, but okay, sure. I could see where that's spicy. It's not as fun as, having her husband and our joint boyfriend on the side. The game is just never going to let me have a harem, is it? Huh? What are you suggesting? Don't you want to show me that she's yours? And as for you, I want to see your devotion. I want to see your devotion to Ryuki. Give yourself to him. He just wants to watch us fuck. I mean, it's kinky. I'll give you that. What's he talking about? Have you lost it? Who knows? Maybe I'm just curious. I've never been jealous. I'm curious to experience it. I want to know if your union affects my emotions. I think I love her. I want to see how she responds to you, Ryuki. Huh? Love. I felt his body heat up, and in the next moment, he kissed me roughly, biting my lip. Okay, but, like, I really just wanted it to... Are we going to get a version of this with Ray involved? Because that's where I wanted this to go, and him watching is something. Don't get me wrong, that's spicy and kinky. It's just not where I thought this was going to go, so it's slightly disappointing, is all I'm saying. If he had just walked up and shut and we're like, what, he's going to watch? Probably would have been great, but they kind of set you up making you think, when him offering a throuple kind of thing, making you think, like, is that where this is going to go? So, like, just me? Was I the only one that inferred that? The sexy music in the background, the sexy jazz saxophone music, Jesus. If that's what you want, so be it. I'll show you that Spacey is mine. Yuki, please calm down. How can I? We're getting married tomorrow and he claims that he loves you. I'm not going to be satisfied until I show him that you're mine. He acted upon provocation, even though he didn't know if Ray was being truthful. Ryuki, hold on! My resistance was futile, and soon enough Ryuki pushed me down. He held my arms, his eyes burning with rivalry. Let me warn you that if you dare join in, you'll regret it. You just stand there and watch. Spacey is mine. You know, but that's disappointing. I wanted him to join it. You know what? For what it is, it's spicy and kinky, and I like it. Okay, good for you, game. But also, don't set me up thinking I'm going to get a throuple out and take it away from me, because then I'm disappointed. So I'm like, on one hand, okay, I feel you. Good job being frisky, game. But also disappointing, because you set me up thinking there was going to be a three-way thing going on, and, like, now we don't have that. And that's disappointing, you know? And I don't want to be disappointed in the spice that you're giving us, because, like, you know... We don't normally get any weird, freaky shit like this, so, you know, I don't want to be disappointed in the freaky shit. You know? You just shot your wad too early, game. He wanted to make this point clear once and for all. Ryuki was determined to prove that I was his, sealing it with a passionate kiss. But I sensed that it was just the beginning. He lifted me up, kissing me again. He might have been showing off, but nothing was going to hold him back. I won't let Spacey go. Well then, show me more. That's not enough. Well, okay, well, at least the CG has Ray in it now. He's just, like, sitting on the couch enjoying the view. Okay. You know, it's not what I wanted. I have to try to appreciate it for what it is, though. I have to admit the shape of your hips are a perfect match. So go ahead, don't hold back. Show me more. Ray continued with his provocations, and each time Ryuki bit his lip in frustration. In contrast, Ray's eyes narrowed with delight. Ray watched us innocently, as if searching for something. This doesn't feel right, but I couldn't resist. Maybe because deep down I wanted others to see our love. Yeah, you're a little bit of a freak, girl, okay. I was happy with Ryuki. Why keep our love hidden? And don't come any closer. Sorry, I was just admiring her collarbone. If you touch her, I won't forgive you. He's like, what if I touch you? I know. Despite his words, I felt his fingers touch the tips of my hair. A shiver ran through me, knowing another man was watching Ryuki and me express our love. I want to celebrate your marriage, but I can't help but envy you, Ryuki, for having her all to yourself. His words reminded me of a story I read in college, Homer's Odyssey. A moment that caught my attention was when Mercury, in love with Venus, saw Mars and Venus in bed. The god watched the scene, and Mercury mentioned his envy, wishing he could be found in bed with the beautiful goddess Venus. Envy? And that's right. You have something I can't touch. A blessing isn't all about sweetness. Sometimes you need to spice things up, says the spicy end. So go ahead. Show me more. Ryuki smiled at the almost demonic suggestion. You got it. I shuddered as Ryuki's voice neared my ear. He seemed to want this to happen. No one could stop him now. I was learning that once you sprinkled in some spice, you craved more. You got used to it and only wanted more heat. I thought someone whispered, asking whether it was enough to just show off. I can't wait for your wedding tomorrow. And just to make it clear, you'll be seated in the back. No problem. I'm just eager to see you two walk down the aisle. I could hardly hear their voices anymore. I was going to marry Ryuki tomorrow. Though we could have spent the night by ourselves, we shared it together. The intoxicating evening before the wedding passed like a storm. I feel like that was kind of like a half cop-out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not bad. Not bad. Okay, listen. They kind of fucked it up a little. We don't have time to do the other thingies, so I'm going to do those in a separate part. So I guess what we will do is, for the remaining routes, we'll do the good end, or the sweet and spicy end. Then we'll do the sweet end, spicy end. And then in a third part, we'll do the little after story things. You know what I mean? So everybody gets 3 ending kind of parts. But I kind of feel like... Yeah, these were the only 2 new ones, yeah. So, like... I liked the spicy end, I feel like, the best, I have to say. Like, the sweet and spicy end was... I like the wedding CG and everything like that. I think it's beautiful. The sweet end, this one's pretty, you know, but at the same time, you're like, this is a little spicy than sweet, right? But I feel like they kind of screwed it in the end here. Wait, this was the only version of that one yet. I feel like they kind of screwed it in the end on this one, though, to be fair. Because in this one, like, they screwed it up completely. Because what they gave us... Ray just kind of watching us fuck. Definitely spicy, and I'm down with it. Don't get me wrong. That on its own, I'm like, okay. Alright, game, you got a little freaky. Proud of you. You know, okay. I'm here for it. But I think they kind of fucked it up by Ray confessing that he has feelings for you and suggesting you be in a throuple. Basically, well, we could just all be together. Because then you're like, is that where this is gonna fucking go? And no, that's not where it went at all. And they had to know you were gonna fucking infer that. So I feel like they kind of screwed their own ending by doing that. So Ray could have confessed his feelings for you and like, whatever. And like, well, we could just have like one night together, like, whatever. Like, or basically like you could cheat on Ryuki once or some shit. Or like, you know, whatever. Instead of saying, well, we could all just date each other. I don't think he should have ever brought that up. I think they should have kind of left that out, because then if you were like, are we going to end up in a throuple? And you don't, it's like, oh, okay, well, I inferred that on my own. But him saying that and offering that makes you feel like this is where it's going to go. And when it doesn't, you're like, why would you say that then? Because you had to know when you write that line in, people are going to think we're going to end up in a throuple. And then it's not even like we just had a fucking orgy over here. We didn't even have like group sex. No, Ray just sat there and watched because Ryuki's like, don't fucking touch her. So it's not even like you could really infer. I mean, you could still do it. You could still get here and go, okay, well, like, so we get married to Ryuki and like, then maybe Ray joins us every once in a while. He's our like side piece when we want to spice things up. But like, really what it's saying is like, when you're going to spice things up, is he's going to be watching. He just wants to watch you fuck. Which you're going to do on occasion. Which is one thing. And I'm not opposed to that for your spicy kinkiness. But I just think you took away some of the magic from it by inferring that we were going to have a little throuple thing and then not giving that. Or even just, you know, it being all 3 of us together, and even though we're not going to be dating permanently, but it's a Ray comes in every once in a while. We want to spice things up in the bedroom, so we bring in Ray, our third party. You know what I mean? And we get a little freaky with him together. You know? But that's kind of, they lead you to that path. We're either all going to be dating each other, it's going to be a permanent throuple, or it's going to be every once in a while we all have kinky sex. And it's like, no, he just watches. So it's like, whoa. Oh. So while this isn't disappointing, it feels disappointing where they set your expectations, you know? But as it is, what it actually was, not bad. Not bad. Look at Ryuki's fingers underneath your bra. Good lord. Were his fingers like that? Oh, they were. It's just, okay. You know, that are beautiful. What, like, damn. Aw, I mean, we already looked through all of our CGs before, but, like, I gotta be honest, like, that one's kind of cute. This one's a little, as much as I love this, it looks a little awkward and strange. This one's kind of pretty. Or do we go with, you know what? We can go with we can do this one at the end of our other routes, because we're going to do the other two endings. Our little side stories, we'll do those in the next part. And like I said, we'll just start doing those for everyone else. All three of them together. It'll be easier or whatnot. So everyone will get 3 endings. So maybe we'll use our cute little real wedding CG at the end of that, because we won't get any more CGs. We're done with them. So anyway, yeah, okay. I mean, I'm just saying, you set up the spicy. Okay. And I'm hoping they I know they're going to escalate. I know where one of them's escalating to based on the warnings. So I'm concerned. What were some of the other warnings for this? Wasn't there a trigger warning on something here? Spoilers, content warnings. Violence, implied sexual intercourse with an anthropomorphic character. So obviously fucking she is the only one. Infidelity. Is this voyeurism. That was probably the voyeurism. Okay. Infidelity. Okay. So we're going to cheat on somebody. Murder. Who are we murdering? Kidnapping. Confinement. Dubious consent. I feel like this ending was a little bit sort of dubious consent and voyeurism, because it's like, we were like, wait, what? And then we just went for it. So, we kind of consented, but we also weren't like, yeah, this is awesome. We were like, oh, I guess this is happening. So I guess, I don't think that's what they mean by dubious consent, but that was definitely the voyeurism. So, yeah, I'm really concerned about Jupichi. Whatever, I'm concerned about that after this. But anyway, not bad. Not bad. I expect you to up the ante in the next ones and the spicy ones, so we know what we're getting into. Some freaky shit, so, okay. Whether that freaky shit remains to be like this, where you're like, okay, not bad, alright, or it gets really inappropriate, like Chi, which I'm terrified for. I don't want to learn other things about, listen. I was totally okay finding out I'm okay to bang my brother in a game. Listen, alright? We know where this started. You don't show me that side character and then try to tell me he's my brother and think I still don't want to fuck him. Whatevs. But it's one thing to say it. It's another thing to actually, like, be in a game and be like, this is actually your legit, not your adopted brother, not you grew up in the same household or whatever brother. No, this is actually your literal same whole blood brother. Like, you have literally the same parent. You're like, all right, let's go. Like, you know? And then we played that game. And I didn't mind it one bit. So I found out new things about myself, that I'm a fucking degenerate from playing these games. Okay? I don't need to know that we're gonna get that ending and I'm gonna be like, I'm into it. I don't want to be. I'm not ready for that discovery. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ready for that. Oh no! But anyway, we'll do Ryuki's little side stories in the next part. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.